Good morning and welcome to the Thai island that you have probably never heard of, Koh Yao Noi. Now this feels pretty strange talking to a camera because we haven't picked one up in over 2 months. Post Russia, Uzbekistan and Azerbaijan, it really did take it out of us. So instead of heading back to the slowly collapsing West, we decided to come back to one of our favorite countries on planet Earth, Thailand, the land of smiles. And for the last 5, 6, 7 weeks, we've been chilling out in Kamala Beach, Phuket, doing absolutely nothing. We thought, we've got to get back, we've got to go back to work. So we were like, where should we go in Thailand? We've shown so many of the islands, so many of the different destinations. And then we found this place, Koh Yao Noi, a small island tucked between Phuket and Krabi. And there is relatively no tourists. Oh yeah, and we're staying in this place.
Honestly, we really weren't going to film. We were totally burnt out and we didn't want to. I had no motivation whatsoever. But when you come to a place like this, I feel like it just ignites a little bit of motivation. It's absolutely stunning and it made us want to pick up the camera and show you this beautiful little island of Koh Yao Noi. Now brace yourself because this is going to be a very long villa tour. Welcome to Coastal Escapes. Now there's only 4 of these villas. We are in villa number 2. So first things first, we have our very own blooming pool that looks out at the beautiful Phang Nga Islands. We have our own sunbeds as well and a little garden. And then we have seating area number 1, number 2, number 3. We could have so many people back here, but it's just me and him. So first things first, I don't know where to start. Bedroom number 1. We've already decided who's having what bedroom.
This is mine.
Both of them have an amazing view of the islands. I think we even have our very own bathrooms as well. Lots of storage space. And it feels like a home. We have our little dining area. There's even a button. So if you need someone, you can press it, which I love. We have a little kitchen area, unlimited water, tea, coffee. Not sure we're going to be using the plates because I'm not feeling doing any washing up in this villa. And then a living room with Netflix, smart TV. We found out they even have sports channels on here, so Matt is super chuffed. And then I think this is my bedroom. They're both beautiful, but look, ensuite, you come round, this is how big it is, look. Huge bed, and then a 3rd door.
With the 3rd seating area and Phang Nga.
Unreal.
So over the next 4 days, we are going to see what 250 English pounds a night gets you in Koh Yao Noi, Thailand. And I'm getting in our very own infinity pool for the very first time. I know it may sound a little expensive, but you could probably sleep 4, 5, 6 people and you get your own little slice of paradise to yourself. Look at the views, them islands. Koh Yao Noi, less than 5,000 people live here and even less tourists. And what better way to start our Koh Yao Noi adventure than Thailand's best beer. Cheers!
We actually picked these up at the pier in Phuket because before we came here we found out that it's a majority Muslim island and alcohol is not that easily accessible. But then when we arrived at the hotel we were greeted with a blooming Corona.
Cheers!
Cheers, what a welcome drink. But it's actually only a 13-minute speedboat journey from Bang Wong Pier in Phuket. And I can't believe
it's a different world.
Yeah, you're transported, honestly.
So I think today is really going to consist of enjoying this accommodation and enjoying a few more ice cold Leos. Now don't talk to me about Chang or Singer. Leo is the greatest invention to ever come out of this country, which is why I have it tattooed on my leg. And it's crazy looking out at the islands of Phang Nga in the past. A few years ago we've done so many island trips around them, but to now be staying in them, on them, it's a very unique experience. I think it's 12 o'clock.
Oh, thank you
so much.
Oh, looks delicious. delicious. Thank you.
Amazing. Oh, look at these. Thank you so much. The little button in our room came in handy because we do actually have a small little bar restaurant area in the resort, but you can get these delivered to your room. These are gung sarong, probably my favorite Thai dish. It's a deep fried prawn, then wrapped in vermicelli noodles with the little sweet chili sauce. Fresh from the sea around Koh Yao Noi. Look at them. Delightful. Or you can get, first time in Thailand, basic Thai vegetable spring roll.
Nothing wrong with a vegetable spring roll.
You know what? You spend so much time on your phone scrolling.
Wouldn't it be good if I could just make money from that?
Well, you know what? You can.
We've recently been using an app called Free Cash, and it's absolutely silly how easy it is to earn a little bit of extra cash. You literally just complete quick surveys, try out some mobile games, that kind of thing. Pretty much all the things you've been doing anyways. And when you're ready to cash out, boom. PayPal, Amazon gift cards, instant payouts. Sign up is super quick and easy. They have a massive 4.8 rating on Trustpilot, and there are loads of different tasks, so you're never stuck with things to do. Honestly, if you have spare time and a phone, Free Cash is an absolute no-brainer. I've been playing Solitaire Clash, and I have a chance to win £1,051, which is absolutely unreal. Make sure to use the link in the description and you can get a $5 bonus after completing your first offer. Honestly guys, don't just scroll for free.
They might just be the juiciest prawns I've ever had. A Thai prawn, if you've never tried one, they're outrageous. They're so much bigger than the prawns that you get back in the UK. But obviously the island of Koh Yao Noi is pretty undeveloped. There are a few big higher end resorts like the one that we are staying in, and there are a few small guest houses. But the big bonus is the fact that the sea here is calm. The sea in Phuket has been impossible to swim. The red flags have been up, the riptides have been out, but here it is just glassy. Look at that. Not a wave in sight. And I think we're actually staying on one of the main beaches on the island, Klong Jark Beach, and next to us is the most popular on the island, Pasai. This is where you're going to find a lot of the restaurants and the resorts. Oh, that feels good. Honestly, in Phuket, every time I've stepped in the sea, I've nearly been ripped all the way to Krabi. This is lovely.
We didn't want to dare get in the water really because it was just so rough, but this is like a breath of fresh air. It's like lukewarm, super calm, and no people, with an amazing view. Unreal.
This really does feel like another world to the chaos of Phuket, Patong and Bangla Road, and it's only a 30-minute speed boat ride away. Honestly, paradise. And it's meant to be rainy season.
This is just a really nice beach. It's a little bit rocky, so you have got to be careful when you're going because you will just sink into some rocks and mud. But we have been here around 5 weeks, so we came here at the start of July, peak rainy season, and we've had about 1 day of rain.
It's worth the risk. Everything's so much cheaper, so much quieter.
Look at this. We have the whole beach to ourselves, and you get this beauty. Honestly, the weather is unreal.
Would you look at that? Good morning from Thailand's sleepiest island, Koh Yao Noi. This is what I presume Phuket was like 30 to 40 years ago. Just peaceful, untouched, blooming paradise. Yesterday we did actually head out for sunset for a couple of drinks at the island's reggae sunset bar. I can see why they called this the sunset bar. Have a look. Not too shabby. And it was absolutely perfect. And then we found a nice little spot on the beach to have a massaman curry. But today we are going to go out and explore the whole of Koh Yao Noi. I believe it is 12 kilometers long and 4 kilometers wide. But before that, we need to get some breakfast and drag ourselves out of this gem in Thailand.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The sunset was beautiful last night, but as soon as 7 o'clock came and darkness fell upon us, it was like a ghost town. No one on the streets, no one in any of the restaurants, so we definitely need to get out and eat a bit earlier. But I've got my cappuccino, another amazing morning view. This is actually the restaurant and bar area here by the main pool. We've got our juices. And
thank you so much.
What to have for breakfast? Thank you.
Breakfast here, you actually get the option between a la carte, getting like avocado or smoked salmon, or you get to try this, the breakfast tasting menu, where you get to have like traditional roti, chicken curry, Thai omelette with shrimp. But I think today we will do a la carte, and then one of the other mornings we're gonna have to try their tasting menu.
We've gone healthy this morning. We have a yogurt and granola bowl. We have avocado and poached egg on toast. And we are actually just watching out at this view, because every time I look out at it, I just can't believe that I'm actually sat here looking at it. You can see all the boats. They're heading out on their boat trips, going to like Hong Island, Koh Yao Noi.
Breakfast devoured, and I am feeling good, ready to explore Koh Yao Noi, translated to Little Long Island. And we have actually rented a scooter for the duration of our stay, all 4 days, for 250 baht per day. Molly found a local guy on WhatsApp, and this is our trusty Honda Click that is going to show us what Thailand used to look like 30 years ago. This is the main road of the island. So we don't really have too many plans. We're just going to circumnavigate the island and see what we find. This is the east side, which is the most built up in terms of hotels and restaurants. But as you can see, there isn't too much going on, which is the charm of this place. It really reminds me of Koh Mak in the Tra Islands, our favourite region of Thailand. Now this really is reminding me of the Tra Islands, because you're going to find these everywhere. Little rubber plantations. So this is one of the largest industries on the island, along with farming and of course fishing. And I think you can actually do tours. You can book a tour and the locals of the island will show you how they turn these trees into rubber.
Honestly, I'm really not sure how it works, but I assume they've sort of cut into the tree and then this sap comes down into a little tube and they collect it all here. It kind of looks like a bit like yogurt, and then they do something with it. And there's no one here right now, so we can't ask some questions about the tour or anything that happens, but I just think it's really cool. And
I actually think that looks like something else, not yogurt.
Trust you to lower the tone. Thank you so much. we've stopped again. It doesn't take long, honestly, just a 5-minute drive. We're in Stella's restaurant, which is on the corner, with a sandbar leading to the island of Koh Yao Noi. We have a very, very cold coconut. And this is island life. Slow paced, relaxed, and the people honestly are so friendly.
Extra friendly. Like, this is the land of smiles. Koh Yao Noi.
Honestly, yesterday when we arrived and we were just driving to our hotel, people were smiling and waving on the bikes, and they're
more appreciative, I'd say.
It's so true, very appreciative and a little bit more genuine to tourists, but yeah, absolutely stunning.
This is actually one of the higher rated restaurants on the island, and it's just so rustic. Everything is built from driftwood, and we're the only ones in here, and it's perfect with this sandbar leading to the island, and in the distance you can see all of the giant limestone cliffs in Phang Nga. It's perfect, you know, the real Thailand. You think we could have gone home after Russia to the blooming UK, broken Britain or Koh Yao Noi? What would you prefer? I think we might have timed it right coming into Stella's at the sandbar, because it looks as if a storm is just starting to blow in. And we said yesterday that we've been here for 5 weeks and we have had no rain. I think it's actually rained once in 5 weeks, so this could be
the second time.
rain number 2. I think we've been to Thailand now 4 or 5 times in the rainy season, and it's so worth it. Cheaper, not as busy, and you don't get any rain. Fingers crossed.
I think we may have jinxed it.
I think we're gonna have to make a run for it and hope it clears up. But that was 150 baht for 2 coconuts. One thing we've actually noticed though on this island is that every restaurant, bar, hotel has a huge water buffalo skull, either hanging or sitting. I don't know why. I don't know if it brings good luck, but we're running in the rain. And that is Thailand in rainy season. 30 minutes later, and the sun is starting to come back out. We did get a little wet, hence the change of clothing, and we have just come along one of the many piers on the island to get a better view of the islands of Phang Nga in the distance. And supposedly somewhere around here is a hornbill viewpoint. The island is famous for having its native bird, the hornbill, which sort of looks a little bit like a parrot and a pelican mixed together with a really long beak.
And just like that, we found them, the famous hornbills. We actually did see one yesterday. It's such a shame because we couldn't capture it. It was so fast, they're so colourful and very beautiful, but you do have to walk across a very sketchy white metal bridge, and then there's a little steep path that goes up to the top called the Hornbill Viewpoint, where you're supposedly guaranteed to see one. Not so sure though. They've been around for 50 million years. They're like dinosaurs.
They weren't lying when they said it was a pretty steep walk up through the dense jungle to the Hornbill Viewpoint. It looks as if it's been abandoned. There used to be some toilets here, I presume a cafe, but now it's just been left, unfortunately, to rot. But I think up here you're still gonna get, oh yeah, look at this, an amazing view out overlooking Phang Nga, but unfortunately there aren't any hornbills.
This must have been a restaurant, or plans to have been, because I feel like it's such a wasted space just for us to come out and have a look at this view. I mean, it's incredible at all parts of the island, but the point of coming up here is to see a hornbill. Where are you?
For a relatively small island, the landscapes just change so much. We are now surrounded by lush green rice terraces. It's a scene that you'd find in Vietnam, in Laos, but it's not something that you expect to see on an island in southern Thailand. And this is the road. This is the main road going through the rice terraces. There's only room for about one car, and it's stunning.
It really is. I'm just surprised that you would find something like this on quite a small island, because it is just so different. It's so vast of this bright green rice fields. It almost smells like rice too. That could be me being really dramatic, but there's also these scarecrows that look like people actually, and there's water buffaloes rolling around in the mud.
Traffic jam. Thank you. See, there's only room for one vehicle. The water buffalo, the rice terraces, it is what I imagine Isan in Thailand to be like. But right next to the rice terraces is the centre of the island, the main capital, and they just call it the town. And around the town you're going to find a lot of these mosques. This is the Masjid Daruk al-Beta. I think I'm absolutely butchering that. But for a tiny island, they've got some pretty impressive mosques. Up to around 90% of the population are Muslim, and if you come at the right time, you'll be able to hear the call to prayer.
And this is the capital of Koh Yao Noi. It's so sweet. It's basically just one road with lots of different shops lining it and little food vendors, and something I didn't think that we would see, a blooming 7-Eleven. And I believe that this is one of the only halal 7-Elevens here in Thailand, which means no pork and no alcohol.
This has got to be Thailand's most unique 7-Eleven. You can see only halal products are sold here, so you will not find your ham and cheese toasty. You have all different ones. You have a shrimp cocktail pizza sandwich, and then at the other end, the most disappointing part of this 7-Eleven is no alcohol. No alcohol whatsoever. You have to go to a designated alcohol store to get your Leo.
The town has some really lovely souvenir shops that are handmade. Look at this. I love it. They've used this very well, and they use the coconuts.
It's not Chinese rubbish that you find in Phuket.
I mean, you might find it in other places like the coconut spoons and that, but these things have been made by the people, and her sign outside in this one says, when you buy handmade, you support a dream, and I just really like that.
And they have the coolest beer cooler to keep your Leo cold. What do you think? Do you think I've been to Koh Yao Noi? I'm getting it. Where did you go on holiday this year, Matt? Koh Yao Noi, by any chance? I couldn't say no. With the hornbill on it, the bird. I'm not lying, I did see one yesterday, and all the money goes to, you know, the local community. A shirt and a beer cooler for 600 baht. Well, 7-Eleven might not sell alcohol or cheese toasties, but they do these for 25 baht, and they definitely come in handy. I'm not lying when I say we have been here for 6 weeks. There's no way I would stay in Thailand if the weather was like this every day. We have had 1 day of rain in 6 weeks. As soon as we choose to pick up the camera, it decides to rain again. And unfortunately on Koh Yao Noi, most of the restaurants are small. They're shacks, so when it's raining there isn't any shelter, so you're sort of forced to go to one of the higher end hotels, resorts, to have dinner, and that is exactly what we're gonna do. But I don't want to go out in it. I'm gonna get wet. I'll tell you what, Molly, that is exquisite drip. Fuck this.
It's
we
not
made
your favourite, but...
It'll do. Cheers.
Cheers, ice cold chang.
With a view.
Oh, that's not too bad actually. Yeah, this is Cafe Cantery, part of the Cape Kudu Hotel. It has a really beautiful view, but from driving along the road you can see there's not anyone.
I feel sorry
in the
for the locals. The local restaurants, like nobody's in because there's no shelter.
No shelter. Unfortunately, a lot of the beautiful ones are on the beachfront and there is just no shelter and everything's soaked, so no one's out.
This is definitely more of a lunchtime spot, but they've got a really good menu for day or night, and that view of Phang Nga, it's definitely worth it. And I was expecting it to be really expensive, like really expensive, being in one of the high-end resorts, but you're looking at like 200-300 baht for a main. Molly has got a pack of prao and I have got fish and chips, Thai style.
This smells so good. The pad kapao. Basically, it's normally pork, but obviously as we are here in Koh Yao Noi, it's actually beef, minced beef or chopped beef with rice, egg and the basil. It's meant to be spicy, but I said nit noi, which means a little bit spicy. I think do you know what? I've only ever had it once before, which is wild the amount of times I've been to Thailand. It's tasty, but it's so renowned for spicy. I'm glad I asked a little bit of spice, because a Thai level of spice and an English person's level of spice are two different things, but it's
Thai
tasty.
say it's the perfect beer dinner.
Yeah.
Or beer
Beer
snack. It's not really a snack, beer meal.
It's a perfect thing to accompany
A nice
a
cold
beer
beer
with. Yeah, amazing.
Now, I've been saying how broken Britain is, but all I've wanted is British food with a Thai twist. This is, I think they said white snapper. White snapper, and of course chips. You've got the tartar sauce. Look at that. Oh, it looks good. No skin. I hate skin on fish and chips. Oh, it's so flaky. Oh, it smells good. It smells fresh. Straight out of the sea around Koh Yao Noi.
Yeah?
We're British. We can judge good fish and chips, and that is really good. The batter isn't too soft. It's just got the right amount of crisp.
It's beer battered actually.
Golden brown, and then that white snapper melts in your mouth. Good morning. It really is a good morning. I didn't think the Thais would be able to do a good British fish and chips, but I was wrong. All of that food last night, 2 mains, 2 beers, came to about 14 English pounds, which I think is an absolute bargain. But then the island goes to sleep. After dinner, all the lights turn off and everyone goes to bed, and I think it is rubbing off on me, because this morning I was up bright and early and went for a morning run along this beach. But while I was looking out at the islands of Phang Nga, we were trying to figure out whether to do an island hopping trip, to find some islands that we haven't yet been to, because we have been to Koh Hong, we have been to Rai Lay and Phi Phi, but in the distance from our resort, about 3 miles away, we spotted a tiny island which they said if we are lucky and pretty fit, we might be able to kayak to. So they've actually got their own kayaks that you can use here at Coastal Escapes, and they said that the island we want to go to is achievable, but we might be crazy. Is that speck in the corner? I checked on maps and it said 3 miles, so wish us luck. And we're off. It is crazy how calm the sea is here. Quite like the island. You're not going to find any lady bars, any neon lights, any loud pumping music, but that really is the charm of Koh Yao Noi. And we're off. Molly is trying as hard as she can to get us to the other island called Koh Nok. I think the island we visited yesterday was also called Koh Nok, but after being in Phuket with the riptides, this is really refreshing. We may have miscalculated. The hotel did say that it's doable, but we'd be crazy to attempt to go to that island, and we were right. We have made it along to the next beach, which is about 1 kilometre away, and the island is probably like still 3-4 kilometres from here.
Yeah, it's far. They looked at us like we were crazy, and they were right. But the water, it is so calm, so like emerald green, blue, and it does make kayaking fun. But there's no way we're getting around there. Aborting the mission.
I think what we're going to have to do, because we are not giving up going to this island, is get on the bike and drive round to the closest point and rent a kayak from there. Look at this, emerald green. It's a different colour to what you get in the rest of Thailand. In Phang Nga, it's always this emeraldy colour rather than that traditional turquoise. I told you that we wouldn't be defeated. We have actually driven all around the island to find the closest point to Koh Nuk, but it's too far to kayak. It is way too far to kayak, so we found this little fishing pier. What is your name?
Lip.
Lip. My name is Matt.
Matt.
Matt. And Lip is going to take us there for an hour for 600 baht, and it also saves us having to kayak. They said like at least 1 hour each way. Instead, I can have our own little private longtail in a slice of Thai paradise, and that right over there is actually Koh Yao Noi, the sister island of Koh Yao Noi. And this, our trusty kayak.
And we are off. Honestly, the people of Koh Yao Noi are so honest and so friendly. We actually asked some of the tour companies along the main beach road, like, how can we get there if we can't do the hour-long kayak? And they send you to this pier to jump on like a local fisherman's or a local boatman's longtail, and now we have our own boat to ourselves for 600 baht. It's amazing.
This really is quintessential Thailand, isn't it? A longtail boat with a local fisherman heading out to one of the many Thai islands. I just love being out on the water. You can see Phi Phi in the distance over there, Railay and Krabi over there, and this, our little island. I thought all to ourselves, the boat ride took 10 minutes, but it seems that there is a couple on there that have put us to shame because they've arrived on a kayak.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lip. What a legend. Local fisherman that is born on the island. He is a native from Koh Yao Noi, and this is Koh Nuk. Koh Nuk, which I would say we have all to ourselves, but the people have made it on the kayak and put us to shame.
Can you see this? Look at those jellyfish.
Don't touch it.
No, I'm not touching it.
I heard they sting.
Yeah, this is absolutely beautiful. I feel like this is what small islands are about, you know, just...
Can we just...
jump
That's
on a
better,
boat.
look. No, no, no.
Oh.
There's no...
Oh.
You can't see it now.
I thought you wanted to high-five me that we actually made it. It was a task.
They did.
Yeah. Embarrassed.
You definitely could have kayaked from the right point of the island, but it was nice to meet Lip and go with him. I think we might actually go with him to some other islands in Phang Nga that he was telling us about, and he was saying that the jellyfish, they actually get them from the island and they sell them to the Chinese, and the Chinese obviously consume them, which is I don't know, maybe a little bit strange. Would you eat jellyfish? You want to touch a jellyfish? It's a real castaway island, isn't it?
It is.
Expecting to see Tom Hanks come running out.
The water is like really blue and clear here, completely different to where we were kayaking earlier, and just this like Jurassic Park looking islands that sort of tower over your view. It's absolutely stunning. It's well worth coming over here, and if you want to be relaxed, get the longtail boat. and just enjoy, just chill out for an hour and avoid the huge jellyfish.
I've never been in a restaurant on a small little island that has its own jingle.
Rice paddy delight.
And it goes on repeat, on Koh Yao Noi. You need to come to rice paddy. It's gonna drive me mad. Cheers.
Cheers. I would say this is needed, but Lip did all the work. We've actually arranged for him to pick us up tomorrow to take us out on a little trip, but we have come into, this is the funniest restaurant ever. What is it called?
Rice Paddy. Well,
Paddy.
how do you not know? They've got their own jingle.
I think the song has sent me insane, but they have actually just brought us over a lovely little starter of tomato with pickled tea leaves, which they said comes from their neighbouring country, Myanmar, which we have tried, but it's beautiful. You're sat in a little grass area, you're overlooking all of the islands. And you get to try a piece of Burma.
I'm not sure, but I think this restaurant has a whole album dedicated to the island of Koh Yao Noi, and I am here for it. I honestly hope that this place doesn't lose its charm, you know. It's such a hidden gem, being the south of Thailand. It's surrounded by the likes of Phuket, Krabi, Phi Phi, and recently the demographic has changed a lot in them places, which is why we stick to Kamala. Thank you so much. Which is why we stick to Kamala when we go to Phuket, but hopefully this remains the way it is. It keeps its charm, and you get to experience a slice of what Thailand was like 30 years ago. But look at this, I have the giant pineapple fried rice. It's just so aesthetically pleasing. You don't want to touch it, do you? Mmm, that's different.
Fragrant.
It's normally really sweet, but that is almost curried. It's really good. And you've got the what? The pad see ew?
I went for pad see ew, yeah. This isn't something I ever have eaten before in Thailand, but believe it or not, I had it back home in the UK, and I was like, I've got to try this in Thailand. And they're like big sloppy noodles, tofu, vegetable, egg, and they taste really, really delicious.
It is our last full day on the island. I'll tell you what, I'm going to be sad to leave, but one thing we have found is that the Thai food on these small local islands is so much better than you find on the mainstream ones. That lunch yesterday at Rice Paddy came to about 15 English pounds, and then we spent the rest of the day by the pool in the resort looking out at the islands of Phang Nga, and even got to head back to the sunset bar for sunset. We are currently waiting at the edge of our resort for our local fisherman friend Lip to pick us up, because he's going to take us to some small bays that you can only access by boat, and to some different islands. We would have gone out to these in front, but we have done the Hong Island tour a few years ago. But if you are coming here, I would highly recommend it. Look at this service. He's literally pulling up onto our beach next to our resort to take us island hopping in Thailand. Good morning, Lip. How are you? Good?
We're wading out a little bit to get onto the boat. The tide seems really high this morning, but it's rocky, so they can't come right up. I've just realised our longtail is called Nongza. I wonder what that means. Yes, let's go. Thank you, Lip. He has an ice cooler, so we have some beers and some electrolytes going in the icebox, and now we are off on our journey. It feels like it's really early, doesn't it?
But it's not, it's nearly 10 o'clock.
It's nearly 10 o'clock because there's no one about and it's super, super calm. But I'm excited to check out these islands.
This is insane. We have just gone along Koh Yao Noi's coastline, and right at the very end you find this island, small Kudu, and it is incredible. It's like the Philippines.
It is. We're the only ones here. There is not another soul about the islands at the minute, the bays, and we are putting up at small Kudu with this gorgeous emerald water. I used to think the Phang Nga water was kind of a bit murky, but as the sun shines on it, it's this beautiful green colour. Look at this, it's so wild. All of the islands are so wild. It's overgrown with trees. We're literally going into the beach now. I feel like I'm on, this is an episode of Castaway.
Now this is why we wanted to go with our friend Lip, because he was taking us to some of these islands that not many people know about. Have a look, the beach is so wild. We've just pulled up there, not a soul around. The water is perfectly chilled, emerald green. What a place, look. It's like a phone screensaver. And you were just surrounded by these giant limestone cliffs.
Absolutely incredible. I never know how to describe these sort of places, but this is low tide at the moment, so we've got a little bit of a beach coming through. We've got this gorgeous clear shallow water, this random rock. This is really like the Philippines. Like you said, I remember being on a kayak somewhere similar to this. It's the limestone, it's the clear water, it's the fact that there's no one else around. It's just, yeah, unreal.
Look at it. Unbelievable. Sometimes you've just got to sit back. Oh, that water is so good. And appreciate where you are. There aren't many islands left in the south of Thailand where you can turn up in your longtail and have the whole thing to yourself. This is incredible. And just next door to Little Kudu is big. Low tide, there is beach. And just next door to Little Kudu is Big Kudu Island. And it is just like James Bond. Have a look at this rock formation. James Bond Island without the tourists.
Absolutely incredible. This water as well, this green colour. I mean, there is actually now just one other boat, but they're the only tourists we've seen in nearly an hour and a half. But
and it's got this, it's just like the perfectly placed rock.
It's incredible.
It's like James Bond. Same. This is incredible.
Amazing.
It's so wild.
You just pull up in the jungle. So you said you can walk?
Yeah, you can see this side.
And then take you to the other side.
It is
He knows all the secrets.
He does. Lip knows all the spots. It's completely overgrown, but look at that. That view out over the rocks. And then you can just walk through the jungle.
We're getting away from the people.
Watch out for the snakes.
Oh no, don't do that.
Lip is literally taking us through caves right now to the other side of the island.
Oh wow!
Look at the a tiny little bay.
It's secret. Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Look! Wow! I love this. You know when you explore places where there isn't anyone else, you can just find little slices of your own paradise. There's not even any footprints on here, which means no one's been here this morning. Look at that! Wow!
I always find it really difficult to describe beautiful paradise beaches, but spots like this, they do it for themselves. Just go quiet and hear that. You can hear the bugs, the birds.
But that's really unusual.
Yeah.
You never hear that.
Probably the monkeys. Normally you can hear speedboats, longtails, and everything else that you'll find in like Phi Phi and Dry Lay. But we have, look at that, the giant island jolting out there. It's not bad. But this really has got to be the crowning glory of Kudu Island, the main lagoon with these 3 giant rocks that have detached, which look just like James Bond. We went to the James Bond Island, I think 4 years ago. It was incredible. It's full of tourists, souvenir sellers, and it was a little bit annoying. But this place, you've got one other boat and just us enjoying the lagoon.
I think this is a better spot to swim at than the little Kudu, because the sand is this really white, powdery sort of quicksand. You're almost sinking into it, and the water seems to be, or seems to not be, washing up very...
It's a lot clearer here, actually.
It is a lot clearer. Like, you say that, but I feel like every time you see something, you're like, wow, this is so clear. I think they just get better and better.
Kudu Island, remember the name if you ever do an island hopping trip from Krabi, from Railay, even from Phuket, going around Phang Nga. Come here, you're getting the best of Maya Bay and James Blooming Bond Island all combined in one. It's crazy to think that these 3 rocks were probably connected to this island at one point. Just so wild, so Jurassic. It is crazy to think that places in the world like this exist. And then you get Birmingham. You know, we didn't want to pick up a camera. We were burnt out after our trip through Russia, Uzbekistan and Azerbaijan. We've been in Thailand for nearly 2 months doing nothing. So I'm so pleased we have come to Koh Yao Noi, because it has what's the word?
Ignited.
It has reignited that passion to pick up the camera and show you these incredible places. You know, Thailand is somewhere that we think possibly in the future we could live. And when it still has little gems like this, it's just so worth it. This is actually back on Koh Yao Noi. It's a cove that you can only access by boat, Phang Nga Bay. And we have this entire thing, the whole beach. It's like Railay. It looks just like Railay with no tourists.
Yeah, I think it's a running theme here that it's like amazing, we're on our own. But this really, it's deserted, you know, there's no paths through here, there's no shacks, there's no one selling anything, and that's the beauty of these places, because you can just pull up with your boat and enjoy it for as long as you want, and you don't get that much these days, especially in Thailand. So this is definitely a gem.
This just might be, look at it, the best beach that we have ever been to in Thailand. Completely untouched, wild. You've got bits of driftwood coming in, the perfectly placed palm trees, and then you are just surrounded by these giant limestone cliffs. I didn't realize that Koh Yao Noi actually had these giant limestone cliffs, but it seems they do up in the north. What a place. How could you not film Koh Yao Noi? I hope it stays like this though. Don't come to Koh Yao Noi in your masses. Yeah, don't ruin it. Seriously, I cannot get over this place, and if it wasn't for Lip, we wouldn't even have known it existed. He was actually telling us how during the low season, because obviously Koh Yao Noi doesn't get that many tourists, he goes back on the water and he does fishing during the rainy season. But so far, because rainy season has been so sunny, he's been able to still take people out on trips, and I would highly recommend going with him. So we will link his WhatsApp number below, and if he's not fishing, he can take you to places like this. Look at that. We don't have long though at this spot, because low tide is on its way and there are a lot of rocks, and Lip said we may get stuck if we don't hurry up.
I wouldn't mind.
I could think of worse places to get stuck. If too many rocks, we sleep here tonight, right? Yeah. Cheers. It's so cold.
Thanks to Lip and his little cool box. Can you hear that? Apart from me slurping our ice cold Leo. There's not a person, a boat, any animals really. It's just absolute paradise. We're now just chilling out because, as Matt said, the tide is coming out, so we've had to move into the deeper part. We just get to relax here.
And that just about brings an end to our 4 days here on Koh Yao Noi, and what a perfect way to end it, island hopping with our friend Lip. We will leave his WhatsApp down below and you can figure out what islands you want to go and see with him, and then figure out a fair price with him for what you want to see. We paid 2,000 baht for the morning and the private longtail, but Koh Yao Noi slowly becoming one of my favourite islands in Thailand. I can't believe this is only 20 minutes from Phuket. You have got beautiful untouched roads to cruise about on your scooter, on incredibly friendly, genuine locals that smile and wave and aren't just after your money, and some very blooming good local Thai food. And what a place to have stayed, a place that has reignited our hunger to get travelling and back out filming. In the next one, you will either see us on the roof of the world or cruising around an African island nation. We're not sure what it's going to be, but before that we still have 2 more weeks in Kamalar Beach, Phuket to do absolutely blooming nothing, and I can't wait. We'll see you in the next one.